What if everything you were told about the American dream was only half the story? Because for millions of people, the dream isn't disappearing. It's just becoming harder to recognize. And the rules that used to build wealth are not the same rules most people are still playing by. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people were taught a simple formula: go to school, get a job, work hard, save money, retire late. On paper, it sounds responsible, safe, even smart. But in reality, it's a system designed for stability, not wealth. And stability is not the same as freedom. The problem isn't effort. People are working harder than ever. Two jobs, overtime, side hustles, constant motion. But motion without leverage doesn't create wealth. It creates exhaustion. Because here's what nobody really says out loud. If your income depends entirely on your time, you will always be capped. There are only so many hours in a day. And someone somewhere will always be willing to do the same job for less. That's not a motivation issue. That's a structure issue. Now let's break the illusion. The American dream was built in an era where labor was the main driver of wealth. Work hard, get rewarded. But today, wealth is driven by ownership, systems, and leverage. The people who win financially are not always the ones working the hardest. They are the ones who own the thing that works when they stop working. Think about that shift. Employees trade time for money. Owners build systems that make money while they sleep. Investors put capital to work so their money starts working harder than they ever could. Same economy, different game. And here's the part most people miss. It's not that the system is broken. It's that it rewards a different mindset than the one most people were taught. The real divide isn't rich versus poor anymore. It's leverage versus labor. Ownership versus employment, systems versus salary. And once you see that clearly, you can't unsee it, because then every financial decision changes. You stop asking, how much can I earn per hour? And start asking, how can I build or own something that earns without my time? That shift alone separates people who stay stuck from people who scale. But there's an emotional layer to this too, because breaking away from the traditional path feels uncomfortable. It goes against family advice, social expectations, even personal identity. Safety feels like success, even when it's quietly limiting your future. That's why so many people stay where they are. Not because they lack intelligence, but because they prioritize certainty over possibility, and the system rewards that choice with just enough comfort to never question it. But here's the final reality. Financial freedom is not about working harder inside the system you were given. It's about understanding how the system actually creates wealth and positioning yourself accordingly. You don't have to reject work. You have to rethink direction. Because in the modern economy, the question is no longer, how hard do you work? It's what do you own while you work? And the answer to that question changes everything. If you found this perspective useful, consider subscribing for more calm, reality-based financial discussions.